I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them. To see the horizon turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And
Okay, so here we go. Just going to explain the character once again. We're playing with Ichimonji, corrupted with Onslaught. In the Ichimonji we have Arctic Armor, and that's for some mitigation. We have Anger for some damage. And we're Herald of Agony. We need 5 Heralds to have the buffs from stacking the notable passives. We have an Alpha's Hole, and that has been corrupted with 90% mana multiplier, and it's also enchanted with Ethereal Knives pierces an additional target. In the Alpha's Howl we have an Empower level 4 that supports our Discipline, that becomes level 26. We have Hatred and Zealotry. These are our 2 main damage auras, and Discipline is of course essential for the Ender Shield. We have an amulet it's anointed with Champion of the Cause. It also grants Vitality skill because it saves us a gem slot. And it also has a lot of mana and energy shield and reduced mana reserved. And then % maximum energy shield. It's a very good amulet that gives us about 800 energy shield. And then for armor we're using Sackwell's Nest. That's because it gives 10% reduced mana reserved, but it also buffs Aspect of the Avian and gives us a lot of attributes, which is very good. In here we have our 6-link, Ethereal Knives, Awaken Control Destruction, Inspiration Support, Increased Critical Strike Support, Spell Echo, and Awakened Elemental Focus Support. We're playing with 2 unset rings, one with Herald of Thunder and Strength. The Strength is important because we need the Strength to be able to play the build. It also gives energy shield and maximum mana. The non-channeling skills has -7 total mana cost is not necessary, but it prevents the screen from flickering when I use my skill, which I like, so I enchanted it with that. In there we have Herald of Purity. You also have an Carrion Ring, Unset Ring, Herald of Ash with mana. It has a Curse and Herald of Ash. It's one of the weaker rings because it only has 28 mana and 30 maximum energy shield. I'm going to recraft that ring, but it's hard to get a good Curse Herald ring. But having Herald of Ash on this one and having Herald of Thunder on this one saves us 2 gem slots. And then I have Haste in this one. Val Haste is good because then you can use the Val buff. Then I have another Ichimonji with Purity of Ice and Herald of Ice and Precision. And Precision is only for the 58% increased critical strike chance. Accuracy doesn't help us at all. Then I'm using Maligarro's Virtuosity because of the crit multi. It gives us 300% critical strike multiplier, which multiplies our damage with about 3 times, because we almost always crit when we have our Diamond Flask and our Bottled Faith. We have Arcane Surge support linked with Flame Dash. It's because to get the Arcane Surge buff and also to move around very fast. We have Val Grace, and Val Grace is a very good buff. It makes us dodge spells and attacks when it's up, which can be very nice in tough fights. We also have Purity of Fire. We are running all the purities because that's the only way we're gonna get our resists up. We basically get all of our resists out of the Purity of Fire. I have a belt with Aspect of the Avian and a lot of energy shield. I think this is a very good belt, but we're not using the increased critical strike chance against shocked enemies. Otherwise it's pretty good. And we have the obligatory elusive tailwind boots. And inside those we have flesh and stone. Flesh and stone actually gives us a lot of mitigation, because if people are not nearby, they don't damage us. And we also have purity of lightning and clarity and Val Righteous Fire. We can't use the regular Righteous Fire, but we use the Val version that gives us a lot of more spell damage, which is good. We're using a Rumi's Concoction and Bottle Faith and Taste of Hate and a Diamond Flask and a Series Promise. Inside here we have the talent tree. We're a Guardian level 99. We're running Unwavering Faith, Radiant Faith, Time of Need and Bastion of Hope. We could spec out of Bastion of Hope, but I think it's good because if we have blocked in the past 10 seconds we can't get stunned, which is good. And we're running as much mana reserved as we can, and also we have Sila's Oath, Voices, and 3 in each of the voices. So we have basically 9 cluster jewels. The first cluster jewel is Heraldry, and we need 1 Heraldry Purposeful Harbinger, and then we have 1 reduced mana jewel here. It's the only one that's just a reduced mana jewel. And then we have 1 Endbringer Purposeful Harbinger with 1% mana reduced, and then another one. These are 6s. I would like them to be 4s, but I haven't been able to afford that yet. And you see the Voices is also the cheapest one. And then we're running Insightfulness. This is the best for our defenses. It gives us a lot of energy shield. And here another Voices with 1% reduced mana Endbringer Purposeful Harbinger, 1% reduced Purposeful Harbinger again, and then cannot be inflicted with Corrupted Blood Endbringer Purposeful Harbinger, and then a Watcher's Eye with mana as extra energy shield and physical damage as extra fire damage. And Chaos Inoculation, the 4% reduced mana, and then Poacher's Aim, because we need more Pierce. Then Foresight is very good for energy shield, and then just the Reduce. We go down here and take Ring of Blades, 1% reduced, and Charisma. Then we go to the last Voices, and here we have 1 Endbringer Purposeful Harbinger with 1% reduced mana, and then Conqueror's Efficiency with 1% reduced mana, and then 1% reduced mana 5 passive. Then we get the Jewel Socket easier because it's 1 less distance here. And in there we have Split Personality, so we get a lot of intelligence and maximum mana, and then we have Cannot Be Cursed with Silence, because we're not running a Curse Flask and I don't want to be cursed with silence. Endbringer Purposeful Harbinger, and then another Split Personality. So that's basically the passive tree. As you can see, we're running a lot of reserved mana. So we reserve 46, everything except 46 mana. And that gives us 8,162 energy shield. We have 90% estimated physical damage reduction with the flask, 74 without. We have a 64% evade chance. We have 8,162 energy shield. We regen about 2,000 energy shield. 5,000 when we recharge, and that's basically only when we use Val Discipline. We have 4,400 when we have time in need. With the Bottle Faith, that goes up quite a bit to like 5,000. We have 90 in all resistances, 100% in chaos resistance. We have block chance, and we also have a bit of movement speed. And the movement speed goes up quite a bit while we're playing maps. Yeah, and the tooltip, I guess, is 4 million when we're inside this. It can go up to around 20 million tooltip. But after that, it seems to not be able to record when we're at our peak, and it just becomes blank. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe someone knows and can post in the comments. If you have any questions, there is the forum thread, and I'll post the Path of Building link. Good luck, Exiles.